Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. We've got quite a good turnout tonight. It's brilliant. Lovely. As always,
Good
guys.
afternoon.
Hey. Good afternoon. It's 7 o'clock, man.
Good afternoon still, it'll be fine. Hello, Sandy.
Hi.
As ever, ladies and gents, I'm Tom Zion. I'm joined here by Nani, DJ, and our wonderful Super Sandy as well. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
Hey, how are we all?
Okay, not too bad.
Okay, cool. Sandy?
Yes, I'm okay.
You're good. Wonderful. DJ, how are you?
I'm okay, but I was supposedly hitting myself on the head with a stick earlier.
Were you?
Yes.
Was
I was
that...
trying to get some stuff done.
was that a small child telling you that, or...?
No.
Oh, that's okay.
Told me that.
I was just imagining your daughter sitting there going, "Daddy, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?" As they always will. I'm sure he'll be doing it soon as well. That's no problem at all. Lovely. Should we dive straight into Ark, guys? This week we've had the first and I believe the second world bosses defeated. Congrats to Omega on killing the first one solo, but do remember that everybody that's involved gets a reward, so teaming up means more stuff for everybody involved. And the latest snippet of the ongoing Ragnarok event saga, as I'm for some reason calling it, was posted this week. I hope you guys saw that and are intrigued for what's coming next. Keep an eye on events for more information on that as it kind of happens and comes out. DJ, the back end of Ark, what's going on there? What are you up to?
We've had a week of just minor maintenance and making sure things are rolling over. As you all probably or should know, Rapid Decay went live. This is our ongoing efforts to clean up the maps and make sure everything's running as smoothly as possible. I'll give the brief summary of what this is. Anyone who leaves shit lying around the maps that they're not visiting or using gets automatically cleaned up. There's a few exclusions for things like teleporters, generators, and stuff like that. But you can almost guarantee that if you just leave a single structure floating around, give it a couple of days, that'll just disappear. If anyone finds anything going missing, by all means, feed back to us. I think the only thing that we missed was the glass cliff platform. That's in, so hopefully we won't have any more of those blowing up. And the other thing that we're going to add in is tech bridges. Unfortunately, I can't do anything with zipline anchors. So if you don't log in for 2 days, your zip lines will disappear. But unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that in the interest of keeping things running. Ocean platforms. S Plus to vanilla and vanilla back to S Plus is enabled. You can convert between the two and use those. They are subject to structural limits like the S Plus ones were, because we don't want the whole ocean carpeted with platforms. Other than that, in terms of issues that we have, we've got to come up with some way of either removing or disabling or doing something with crystal magmasaur eggs. The wild ones that the crystal magmasaurs lay on CI are not usable. It's a known issue from the mod developer, and I don't see any movement on fixing that anytime soon.
They hatch as wild magmasaurs, don't they?
So
you've got wild magmasaur babies running around your base. Or was that problem fixed?
No, well, when they hatch, they just disappear.
Well, I suppose that's better than having wild ones running around your base.
So it's crystal magmasaurs are going to be just knockout tames. So keep it simple. Just don't expect to pick up an egg off the ground where the crystal magmasaurs spawn and have it work.
I believe we've removed the spawners for those eggs anyway, so they shouldn't be there to pick up regardless.
Yes, spawners are gone. And I've been around CI about 3 times now trying to find those little baby eggs, and there's none to be seen.
As far as I'm aware, though, the eggs were appearing after the spawners were removed.
Yes, correct.
And those eggs are the ones that are useless.
Yes.
So if you find any eggs in the wild, they won't work.
if you do find any eggs in the wild, I would really, really like to see one. So just leave it where it is and give Nani a poke, please, so I can come in and get an ID off it.
Yeah, that's something we need to do.
I keep flying around that area, but they're just not being very cooperative at the moment.
Shoot the men, leave the women. You'll get the eggs.
I think they just don't like being watched.
Other than that, we've got, as Tom said, we've had some initial defeats for the Apex bosses. Be assured they will evolve over time. Looks like we underestimated your abilities in terms of your breeding lines. So expect those to receive a few tweaks. Also this week, I want to bring back the Domination Rex event on Scorched Earth. And that one, bear in mind that I think the first kill for that was using about 40 or 50 allosaurs. So
it was using about 150. They lost about 40.
yeah. That was it. That was it. So yeah, these ones will be interesting, and I think I also figured out why the world bosses were not on par with the Domination Rexes in terms of difficulty. So we'll see. Other than that, that's it really. Nothing else technical for Arc.
Marvellous. Sandy, since you're an Arc admin, do you have anything to add on Arc side, or are you good?
No, just remind to clean up stuff.
Yeah, no problem at all. DJ, I'm going to ask, because nobody else has as far as I'm aware yet, with the cleanup of the zipline anchors, are they going to be following the same rules as every other structure? So if you log in for 2 days...
Yeah, so with Rapid Decay, if you don't log in for 2 days, then the system will go around and look for any small bases under 8 or less blocks, and it'll clean those up. So if you're using zipline anchors and you put them down and you're logging in every couple of days, they're not going to disappear. But if you don't log in for a couple of days, then they will get cleaned up because they're just a single structure on its own in the middle of nowhere.
Does it count those as being part of your base as well, though, when they're attached to, say, your base?
Yeah. That's
marvellous. Fine. That's grand. Good to know. Thank you very much for that. Brilliant. There we are. So, in that case, we're on to 7 Days to Die. Brilliant. The first teaser, again, for the 7 Days to Die event that's coming up has landed yesterday as well. As always, keep an eye on events for more information on that one. We've had a few requests from people to link the previous snippets. I will be doing that this time round. Thank you very much for the feedback on that one. The seasonal PvE server will be coming down tomorrow morning with downtime along with everything else. That'll be wiped and will return Thursday at 7 PM. And Nani, I believe you've got some exciting news for 7 Days to Die as well.
Well, I don't know about exciting, but I have some news. So, as you mentioned, White Week is this week, and Season 7 is going to get a brand new map. That's going to be cool. We hope to see some new players for that, because obviously the fresh map wipe is going to bring some new faces in. So if everyone can welcome in new people and we can start building the community, that would be awesome. PvP is finally going to go live. It's finally here. Everybody rejoice. If you've been waiting for it, then yeah, it's definitely going to be here this time. More news on that closer to the date, but that's going to be there this time. I'm going to get this right now. Darkness Falls is going to get a map update tomorrow morning. We're going to be removing one of the spawn points. It's east, right?
We're adding one in the east.
We're adding one in the east to remove players congregating in the west. And I believe we've also added a new trader, right?
We have indeed, yes. We'll put a gen in the Eastern City, yeah.
The problem we've been having with Darkness is people have been sort of hanging around one side of the city, and it's getting really, really hard for some people to loot. We've had a few solutions suggested, but I don't think decreasing loot spawn or increasing the speed of loot spawn is the way to do that. It's going literally to mean the players that are playing more are going to get more loot, and the players who are struggling because of time are just going to be in the same position. So I would recommend moving to the other side of the map. all of the new players who will be coming in from now on will be spawning on the other side of the map, and we'll see how we go. So hopefully we're going to be a little bit more stable with that. Another thing I wanted to add as well, as a community, keep an eye out for anyone with legitimate issues that's causing them game problems and point them at the support channel. I don't think the 7 Days guys realize that that is there. That will get you priority support. Don't sit there at all thinking nothing's going to happen. Just get in touch with us and we'll be happy to help. Other than that, for 7 Days, I think we're good this week.
Wonderful. On that note, guys, if you see somebody struggling in game who doesn't know where support and that kind of stuff is, if you go to the vault at the top of the Hear Ye section in Discord, there is a link to Discord. If they're not in it, there's a few different ways to get in. So if someone's having trouble and they need to contact us, you can freely use that link to point them in the direction of Discord if they need help from us. We don't always keep an eye on in-game chats because you guys talk a lot. But yeah, if you guys want to point them towards Discord and you want to invite friends and all that kind of stuff, feel free to use the link that's up in the vault in the Hear Ye section as well. Wonderful, thank you for that.
Or by all means, if somebody can't get on, report on their behalf. But do tell us, and we can help.
Yep, I'll put a post together at some point soon with all the ways you can possibly get into Discord, so you guys will have a plethora of options available for guys who want to get in. Wow,
cool. And then, I guess, on to Minecraft, which we've got a little bit of news on this week.
Yeah, fire away.
There's a brand new mod pack dropped last night called Vault Hunters. It's really, really popular at the moment. There's a lot of talk on Reddit about it. It's been developed by a streamer called Iskall and a few of his friends. They ran it for a whole season on Twitch, and it was designed around those guys playing on Twitch and then players interacting with them and changing the way that they played. Last night, they dropped a season 2 that went public. So we very quickly wanged up a server for that. The address for that is vh for vaulthunters.wngplay.com. That's WNG for WickedNinjaGames play.com. It's a 10-slot server. It's purely vanilla. The pack is brand new. As I say, it went live literally last night. There's a ton of hype around it, but things may happen because it's beta. I had to fly around this morning. It looks beautiful. It's running on 1.16 Minecraft, and you want the 1.2 version. There was a link in, I think it's the Minecraft SDA channel has got that link, but I'll drop one in the dojo as well in a minute. By all means, have a play, see what you think. It kind of looks slightly Diablo 3-ish with some rifts. You fight your way through vaults. To defeat bosses, you gain runes, and you unlock more and more bosses with runes. It's completely different to anything we've seen before, and it looks really, really cool. So by all means, check it out, have fun, and feedback if there's any issues, and we'll see what we can do.
I like the idea that it's the first mod pack with some serious potential and hype behind it that looks well structured, and it's on the latest version of Minecraft, or well, nearly the latest version of Minecraft.
Yeah, I'll drop some links on Minecraft Dojo in a little while, but it looks really, really cool and really different.
Fantastic news. Wonderful. Speaking of Nani working incredibly hard, guys, I don't think you... Have you slept? Have you bothered sleeping this week, Nani? Have you had time?
I've slept a little bit this week. It's
okay,
cool.
Wonderful. Yeah,
and we can't forget Cube. Cube has been working diligent with me. A lot of hours have gone in Rust this week, and I have quite a lot of things to talk about this week with Rust.
Excellent. Well, please don't let me stop you. Fire away.
I won't. Don't worry. So I promised last week that we would have a lot more info this week. So here we go. I've got a big section of notes to go through, and we'll go through it bit by bit. We're going to be running a trios server. That's the way things are going to go. So that's 1, 2, or 3 players in a clan. No more. No teaming with others. No allying with others. It's obviously a competitive PvP game. So get your friends together, maximum 3, and have some fun. We're going to be a 2 times rate server. We've had an extensive testing of this to see what we can get out of resources, rocks, loot bags, all that sort of stuff, how it affects progression, and we've decided that 2 times is about the sweet spot for us. It's going to be initially a 4-day wipe. So they're quick games, very quick plays. Day 1, you'll be sort of like trying to get your base together. Day 2, you're going to be gathering, reinforcing. And then day 3 is going to be, collect your rockets together, blow the crap out of each other, and just have a good time totally stomping all over each other's bases. The plan is, once we're finished with community, we want to get some people in, get them playing. Because of the way Rust works, a lot of people seem to see the Rust wipes and they'll jump on, much like they do on 7 days. They see a clean server, they jump on. So we're going to start small with the 4 days. As we get more and more players, 4 days obviously isn't going to be enough. So we're going to go up to a week, possibly bi-weekly. But that's going to purely depend on the number of players and how that goes. So trios, 4-day wipes, 2 times rates. We're going to have an online map at launch, so you can track you and your teammates on another screen if you have one. There is also a really, really cool Rust app on your phone. If you link the phone app with the game, you get raid warnings on your phone, you get an online map, you can see all your teammates and all that sort of stuff. It's pretty cool. So if you haven't got a second screen, but you do have a mobile phone or a pad sitting nearby, you can do things that way. We're going to have vote rewards in, so you can vote on the usual sites, very similar to Ark. That will get you key cards to help unlock certain POI sections, puzzle areas, that sort of thing, to get you some more loot. Kits are in, they're done. You'll get 2 kits for linking your account with Discord, very much like Ark. And you'll get a further 2 kits if you support. We've spent a good 2 or 3 days now testing these kits. Both singular, so like just summoning in as if you were at 1 player with an alpha kit or a beta kit, and then we've tested them as a threesome as well. So if you've got 3 guys who've both got tier 1, or all 3 of them have got tier 1 supporter packs, we've had a look, combined everything in, and see what sort of size bases we can get. Even as a 3 team, the most you can put together manually without doing anything else is a simple 2x2 building. It's not that great, and you're still going to have to farm some more mats to reinforce. The idea being is we didn't want kits that would give people impenetrable bases to start with, but to give you a little bit of a boost and a starter. Some of the kits contain a couple of guns, nothing too serious. You're going to have to go out, you're going to have to explore the world and find stuff, and obviously shoot each other in the meantime. All that's looking pretty cool and balanced now. We've got skin box in. So for those familiar with Rust, you can just drop your weapons, clothing, items into a little box, and you can pick from any of the skins available in Rust. That's going to be a supporter perk along with several others. And we've also got fast smelting, remote trading, which is going to be cool. Obviously, for those who've played Rust, one of the big things is players will want to trade with you. You'll get within distance of them. They'll shoot you and take your stuff anyway. So we've got remote trading with boxes, much the same as you can do in 7 days PvP, which is going to be launching on Thursday. Forge balancing is a thing, so you can just lob stuff into your forge and it would automatically split the stacks for you. Blueprint sharing between clans is going to be enabled for those who have a supporter pack. Only 1 member of the clan is going to need that, so you don't all need it to actually do the sharing. And there's a sign artist in there, which enables you to paint your walls, use your own images in-game and stuff like that. Stuff you found off the web, URL links from Google, really cool stuff. Auto doors is going in, so obviously closes your base doors behind you when you leave. That's a biggie in Rust. If you forget to close your base door, you're in big trouble. And obviously, where's my corpse as well? So similar to Ark, you'll be able to track your corpse. Get my headphones back, they just turned off on me. We're soon going to be putting all the info up on the website. I've still got to write that. So there's going to be a commands list going up, supporter ranks, all the perks and arrangements and that sort of stuff. But we're really, really close now. I reckon we've got, at the most, probably another week of stuff to do, and we can start looking at some sort of either official release or at least get you guys in there and playing and testing the server out and see what's going on. We always, as usual, want feedback. So yeah, we're so close now. It's unreal.
If I could
Tom,
add something
I think
about
I'm
Rust.
about done now. I've waffled enough.
Yeah, we
If I could
have
add something about Rust, that'd be great.
fire on.
Do you hear me?
So when I first saw Rust, I kind of looked at it as a PvP building game that I kind of looked at, thought, oh, what's the point in having those wipes so quickly? And then I kind of realized exactly what it was. It is a much faster paced game. So I'm not saying it is like Warzone, but it is. It's a massive arena, except you can build in it. You have teams that fight each other, like 3v3s or 4v4s or 2v2s. And instead of it being a 15, 20, 30-minute fight, it's a 2, 3, or 4-day fight with a lot more interaction. And at the end of it, you've got the leaderboards, you've got the score tables, you've got the rewards, and they carry over to the next fight in terms of blueprints and skins and all that cool stuff. So I actually, my whole view on Rust has changed. I think it's actually going to be an amazing game, and it looks gorgeous doing it too.
Just as a side note, there did I actually come through all the way through there? Because I think I was having technical issues.
You did, yes. I don't think you
Yes,
quite
you
hear
did.
us, but you did come through
I
all the
couldn't
way.
hear, but okay, gotcha. Right,
Yeah.
lovely.
You're good.
So it's kind of, I never thought Rust would be a game that I would enjoy, but actually I tried it and I think it looks amazing, and it is actually something I'm very interested in playing.
Yeah,
So I never thought I'd do that.
Yeah, you'll probably find the three of us on there quite a lot in the early days. Just shooting people a lot, to be honest, would be quite fun. But yeah, that'll be good. Go on.
One other thing that I've got to add, which Prom reminded me about, if we are done with Rust.
Yeah.
Are we done with Rust? Okay.
Yeah,
we made a change on Arc. This is an important one. Made a change on Arc in the week to Tech S+ Tech Shields. By default, Tech Shields can't normally be placed on rafts or saddles, but the S+ ones can. Now, normally that's not a problem, but unfortunately it has been abused over the last couple of weeks, in the fact that I'll tell you how it's been abused as well. Tech shields are impenetrable to everything, including bosses. And if you know how, you can get a tech shield into a boss arena on a dino and deploy it, which then allows you to mash that boss into a corner with zero risk to yourself or your raid team, and just pew it from afar at your leisure. So unfortunately, tech shield placement on rafts or saddles has been now blocked.
And you've got nobody to blame but yourselves. No, that's absolutely logical, DJ. I mean, if it's something that abusable, then yeah.
My personal view on it was I was leaving it in because I didn't think anybody knew how to get a tech shield into instant boss arena, deploy it, and actually make use of it. Now that has been figured out on our cluster, it had to come back out. It would also have trivialized the world bosses even more, and also any other world boss content that's vanilla to the game, missions as well, if you can get shields onto a dino in a Genesis mission. So, yeah, the reason the Strider has a built-in shield, and that is fine, is because it does exactly what you'd expect it to do. It doesn't push dinos around. It doesn't shove them and block them. It just absorbs damage.
Yeah, it's projectiles only, so it's a bit like the same way the mech shield works, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I think is a much more reasonable way of doing it, and I can see why the vanilla game never allowed you to place the shields on platform saddles.
Yeah, can't agree with that more. Brilliant.
There we go. So that's me done.
Yeah, no worries. Lovely. Has anybody got any questions before we go? I know Kay's got one, which I'm going to ask Nani now. We're wiping the Rust server every 4 days, the map. Are we allowing blueprints all the way through until the forced wipe of once a month?
Yes,
Yeah?
yes. Blueprints will go for the full month.
Excellent.
Along with the supporter packs, the same as any other game, they go for a month. So your blueprints will go for a month, your perks will go for a month. It's purely the map that gets wiped.
Spectacular.
We've missed a bit here, Nani.
We have?
Yes, some exciting stuff that we've been working on in the background. league tables and automation of and things like that.
Oh, yes.
So something has obviously come to our attention. People love competition, and you like to see how well you're doing against all your fellow players. So we've been looking into how we display that on our website and make that information available to everybody in one easy location. So hopefully for the launch of Rust, this is hopefully, it's not guaranteed yet, we'll have the kill boards, KD ratios, and all that kind of stuff available on the website for the entire month. I'm also looking to roll that into Arc so you can see who's progressed the most in Arc. So you'll see people's levels, how many kills they've got, how many boss kills they've got, all that kind of cool stuff. And then we can also start looking at that for games like 7 Days as well. So you can have full-on leaderboards and stats about all the games you're playing and see how you stack up against the other players, which I think will be quite cool.
Yes. It's going to require some website overhaul and a little
Yeah.
bit more work put in. But yes, hopefully we'll be able to get live stats pumped into the website without the need for us actually updating them, so they'll be quicker and reliable.
Marvellous. Thank you very much for that, guys. I didn't realise we were going to tell them about that quite yet. I didn't realise we worked it out, but that's, yeah, I'm glad we've got that out. Lovely.
This is called working on the fly now.
Yeah, a little bit. Brilliant. That's grand. Well, guys, as you will probably have seen this morning as well, we've finalised all of our supporter packs for the month as well, at least the ones that are rolling over. So thank you so much to all of our supporters. You guys, obviously you enjoy your perks in game, but a huge, huge thank you from us because you basically keep this thing running. We wouldn't be able to make WNG as awesome as it is without you. And we hope that you decide to continue supporting us so that we can continue getting more awesome. Brilliant. Lovely. Are we all done? Does anybody else have anything to add, anything to ask before we finish up for tonight? You do. Lovely. Sandy, over to you, sweetheart.
No, it's more pointing to what Zeno asked.
Yes, I was about to bring that up as well. Check Reaper implementations.
Yes.
That's still in the suggestions phase, isn't it?
Yes, we have a bunch of suggestions sitting in suggestions. Obviously, we're extremely busy, but typically once every 3 or 4 weeks, we'll blast through those suggestions, knock them all out in one go, and everybody will see the results of that.
Yeah.
Shall we have a blast through those tomorrow? Right, we've got time to do a bit for you tomorrow?
Yes, I'm sure we have.
Lovely. I'll do a run through for next week's roundtable as well. So if you guys are, if you guys can let me know what the decisions is on all of those, I'll go through those next week and we can discuss them in the roundtable. Marvelous.
While everybody's here, where's this damn egg, Xena?
Egg?
Yes, I have a crystal magmasaur egg confirmed on CI at 53.58, 62.33. And I am there.
Oh.
He is as well.
Point.
In the lava, apparently.
Go for a swim. Chop, chop.
Dirty magmasaurs putting things in the lava.
Here you go, guys. Live coverage of a investigation. Yeah.
3 point in the lava. There is no lava. Oh, well, there's plenty of lava, but
there's none of those coordinates. Are you sure the coordinates aren't just backwards?
And of course they hide it in the lava. It's called a magmasaur.
Touche. I mean...
Stop fighting us with things like truth, Sandy. I mean...
No.
Now, Sandy, if you're going to make logical, well-structured arguments, you can't be an admin. I mean, it's just the rules. You got it, yeah?
Thank you very much for your help. Appreciate that.
There we go, guys. Brilliant. Well, in that case, guys, now that everything's all wrapped up, we're all good to go. You have been awesome. We have been awesome. I have been Tom Zion. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good time.
See you later.
Bye.